Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to yet another return to Ravnica. We're looking at a draft and the first pack looks pretty solid, I must say. We've got Annihilating Fire, Silent Judgment, got a Dead Reveler lurking about. These are pretty much like the interesting cards. There's like a Sphere of the Chimes. It's like a good effective flyer to have for sure, but I'm not sure if I'm gonna commit to double blue at this stage just yet. It's also like a guild mage, which could do good things, but given like we didn't really do well with like Slasher last turn, I think I'll play safe and take the Annihilating Fire. It's a good removal, and I think it's better than the other cards. Okay, let's see what we've got here. Well, we do have like a Thought Flare to follow it up with, which is pretty sweet. Other good cards are Syncopate. Counter Magic also quite nice to have. Foiled Weir is one of my favorites. Basically stalls for time and basically kills tokens, which is quite sweet. If you want to go aggressive with the Rakdos, then the Shred Freak would definitely be it. But I think I'm gonna take the Thought Flare and move ourselves towards Izzet territory, which does seem to pay off. We've got Izzet Key Rune, a Rune Wing, a spell, or a Crusher. We could take the Key Rune if we want to commit ourselves to Izzet fully, or we could take the Rune Wing, which will also make like a sweet addition to our army. I think these two are these two are our picks. I'm not like the biggest fan of Key Rune. It doesn't really do much at all. It does a bit of a color fixing, but I think I prefer to have the Rune Wing. It's like flyer evasive, and when it actually dies, it does give us a card. Right, so here there's only one card. It's just the Void Wheeler. The rest of the cards are weak. Swift Justice is good if we were like with like a white deck, especially like the First Strike and Lifelink is like pretty sweet ability for just like one white mana. So I would never regret picking this card if that would be the colors. This card does virtually nothing. It's cheap having a 1/1 flyer for 1, but it can hardly block anything. And I don't know, I don't think its ability to delay like sorcerer instant spells for your opponent is that powerful, so I think I'll take the Void Wheeler. It's by far the better card. Wow, this should not be here. I think this is probably the best guild mage in the set, but since we are on a slightly different track, I'm gonna go with the Soulborn Spirit. Just excellent evasion and allows us to get in for damage. I mean, second choice would be the Vessel Soul. Just another flyer. Okay, I kind of feel we did pick like the correct colors here. Alright, let's see. So we got Pursuit of Flight, which would work very well with the Spirits. Or we can have a Rune Wing. I'm not the biggest fan of Delve of Secrets, or Seed of Secrets rather. I suppose okay, but I mean, you get quite quickly like board stall positions, whereas this card does virtually nothing for you. Whereas Rune Wing allows you to push like extra damage, plus, you know, got extra boon that whenever it dies you actually get stuff back, which is always good to have. Okay, this is maybe one of the underrated cards. I know people like going on about like the bad art and stuff. I think it's pretty neat. But this card can turn battles in an instant. I mean, especially like if you're behind, your opponent might get too cocky and you just get them like this. Wow. Slam Predator? Yes, please. It seems even though we're not playing whites, we do get like quite like a sweet flying deck. I'm quite happy with where this is going. So far it's got like a pretty sweet deck. So yeah. So by now we're like fully committed to Izzet. I'm quite happy with it. The only thing we need to take care of is to get some cards for like lower range, because SS now have range is like turn 4 or 5 where you can finally start casting something, so want? I mean, Guildmate's not as good in Izzet like in other guilds. I like Frostborn Weird, who is probably like my number one pick here at the moment. That's what I want. Yeah, I don't think Mr. Chimes will come back to us. I mean, it would be something more than a miracle, I feel. I think Mr. what's his name? The Magic Muse might have disconnected. Or just drafting really slow. Yeah, Chimes of the portal could be okay there, or Electromancer. I feel Electromancer might actually do the trick here. It's cheap card, works with Analytic Fire, Twisted Instincts, and Thought Flare. So yes, that's definitely our pick here. Oh, Syncopate come back? That's mine then. And Syncopate is one of the better counter spells. Especially like a limit, I kind of feel people tend to tap out. So it's a good way to counter all that stuff. Yeah, plus with Electromancer we actually can completely tap out and still cast this one for one, which is good. So yeah, this deck is definitely shaping up. I mean, we haven't picked any cards which we're not going to play with. I mean, it's not going to last forever, obviously, but it's just good to have. Come on, next card, please. Here we go. Okay, so all these cards are playable. This is good unlimited. Basically, you get rid of like cards from your opponent's library, mill them, and you can actually get stuff from library back. Good card to finish the game, and there's like some counter spell, and this doesn't really do much. I'm gonna take the Crusher here, just for like a tough creature, haste, and pretty much like a game finisher, pretty much like the Skyrim Predator. Yeah, nothing here is of value, to be honest. I suppose to take the Cremate, I suppose. I don't know. Wow, this just came through. Well, unfortunately, we can't actually play with it, just because we only got two, what's it called, spells, but still. Actually, I got like a sweet, like Return to Ravnica deck based around this particular card. It's quite fun to play with, but it's not as good as like the top tier decks. I mean, it's just fun to play, really. You know, casual. Yeah, so what I like to draw is Jace, obviously, but Minifit will do as well for me this stage. Oh god, this guy's taking forever to get his card sorted. We'll have to wait for another minute or so. Yeah, so if you guys must have noticed, I have played in a few constructed tournaments just for fun, and I do find like a lot harder to win in than in like limited tournaments like this one here. It's just because the main deck is like Azurius splashing green, and they got like ridiculous decks. I mean, especially the Extreme Revelation allows them to gain life, fill the hand with cards, and it just makes them now impossible to kill. And just gonna drives me insane. Okay, we've got Epic Experiment. It's not gonna do much in our deck. There's to say, there's absolutely nothing in our deck. So that's not what we're gonna go for. Skywatch we're gonna pick because in our 6th slot we got 2 creatures already better at Skywatch. Fairy Imposter would be an option, I suppose. Be cheapest kind of creature. Unfortunately, we do not have any, except for the Foil Wheeler, we don't really have any interaction with any other cards in our deck. Essence Backlash, I'm quite a big fan of this card. If it comes back, I'll definitely pick it, and I've got a feeling it will come back. So for me, the choice is really between Cancel and the Imposter. I'm quite a big fan of counter magic, but I think I'm gonna stick with Syncopate and take the Fairy Imposter, and hopefully pick like some cards up along the way which actually interact with the Imposter. Ooh, here's a tricky one. We've got Steam Vents in our colors, which is nice. Apart from that, we've got like Trickery, doesn't really do much. Explosive Impacts could be good, but I think it's just gonna take Steam Vent and fix the colors somewhat. Move to sideboard. Right, so we could pick up like another Electromancer, which will help Syncopate, Instinct, Fault Flare, nothing else really. Or we can take the Chainwalker or Lobber Crew. I think now I want to fill up like the lower end of my deck, so the choice is between the Chainwalker or the Electromancer, and I think I'm gonna pick the Chainwalker, just because I don't have like that many spells yet, and I think Chainwalker's not a better card, just a teeny bit like more aggressive. I mean, Lobber Crew is the other option, but we don't have that many multicolored spells, only 2, so it wouldn't be as good. Well, there's Reflex position where the board's completely stalled. Right here we've got nothing, I would say. So we got a Crackler, Electrickery, and those are the only cards in our colors yet. We got like a Crasher, but I don't want to play with 2 of them. So I think just like take the Crackler and go for slightly more aggressive deck, even though it's not the style of this deck per se. But it's nothing else in the back I actually want to pick, so Crackler will have to do. Yeah, so deck is slowly but surely like shaping up a little bit. Things we don't have like any bombs yet. I mean, Sky Predator and Crusher do fine, but there's nothing which actually like, you know, seals the deal or seals the game for us. I could change here. Well, okay, so we got the Frostmourne Weirdos going on about, and a Volatile Rig. What do you do? Attacks every turn, whenever deals damage coin. If it dies, basically explodes ridiculously. Yeah, it's volatile, alright. I mean, it could be a Wrath, Missing Mortar could hurt me as much as my enemies. It's kind of like a trick, I'm not sure where to place this. Frostmourne Weirdo is perfect fit for this deck. It's a good defender, good attacker, and just a good mana sink for whenever I want to get stuff done. So that's definitely a pick here. I mean, just like 1 or 2 more Frostmourne Weirds and I'm absolutely happy with this deck where it's going. So let's see what's going our way. It's been a while since I played with Izzet, I suppose, in drafts. But I feel this might be a fun deck to play with. I mean, removal would be nice to have. I mean, so far we got counter and annihilating fire. Ooh, speaking of which, second one would go amiss. Okay, so what we're giving up here? Thought Flare, I don't want to play with 2, it's fine. Confident or Recap. Pursue Flight is okay, but can live without it. Or can I? And Bloodfray Giant. Dear, this is like a tough one. God, I love Bloodfray Giant, it's really good. But then again, I also would like to have some removal at hand to fill out the 3 slots. So it's Bloodfray Giant or removal. Oh shit, I don't know what I want to pick. Well, you know, I'll just go for a bigger creature. I think that might be the best decision. I'm not sure. I'm not sure, but that's what I'm gonna go for. Okay, we've got Inspiration, which should be okay. I'm not sure we're gonna play with it though, but we'll see. I'm just gonna pick just because I can't play with any of other colors, so Might as well give us also a few options. Okay, another Frostbone Weird, that's an easy pick here. Yeah, I'm not sure if Bluff John was the right position here, but then like a 5/4 trample format, I can't really leave that, can I? Okay, so X as a backlash or cancel, which one do I want? I kind of feel like the 4 slot is getting a little bit busy. I think cancel will have to substitute for Annihilating Fire. I mean, it's a shame it's double blue, but I think it's the best choice here, I would say. Yeah, so I learned today that if you play in a tournament between now and I think 19th of December, like a tournament that leads like 8 people, and use the beta clients, which actually give you 10 cube points, or yeah, cube tickets, whatever they're called, at the next update. So it means you can actually get kind of like a free trial on the cube format. I haven't played it. I've seen some videos or parts of videos anyways, people playing it, and it looked like fun, I suppose. I mean, you don't actually get to keep all the cards you draft, but the format is such that you actually get like pretty much like the best cards, probably not ever, but that's why like there's multiple mythics, multiple rares per booster, so you can pretty much like pull together like a dream team of like excellent guys, and then just duke it out, and just I think you play for like more cube points, and you can also like win some boosts on the side. I think that's the deal. So yeah, all in all, it's like pretty sweet, I would say. So yeah, so look forward to that after I come back for Christmas holiday and stuff. I might actually like give it a go and just see how it goes. I mean, that's be something to look forward to. Right, here we got a Splatterthog, Vessel, Runewing. That's it, or Paralyzing Grasp. I mean, it's like cheap arrest option, I suppose. But I think I'll take the Splatterthog here just because it turns like a 3/3 first strike, which in this format is excellent. Stab Wound is probably the best card here. Maybe Orc Spree. Right, I'm gonna take Annihilating Fire here just because we need more removal in our deck. Even though I have to give up the Tower Drake, but Celebi. Right, so here we got a Guild Gate in our colors. Cancel Chainwalker, 16 creatures. We kind of go for like a fast-ish kind of deck, not entirely, but that's the direction we're going towards. So I think the Chainwalker helps most in that particular build. Oh wow, there's got some good options here. So we've got an Izzet Charm, which I think Azurius is the best, but Izzet definitely comes. No, it's like Celestia, Azurius, and Izzet is the third, but still, it's a good third. So excess counter removal and cycle for your cards. At the same time as a counter flux, which pretty much cancels everything. But I don't think a limiter actually need a counter flux, just cause I don't expect many people to play with counter magic. So I think the Izzet Charm is just better. This removal, counter, is everything we need really. Okay, here's an interesting pick. We've got another Chainwalker or a Saber. I say we go nice on the Frostbone Weird, I suppose, or Splatterthog. I suppose with any kind of player. I think just I'll pick the Saber here. Yeah. Oh, another Splatterthog. Okay, so here's like between the Tower Drake or the Splatterthog. I think I prefer the Splatterthog just because I can't actually pump this this guy, and even though it's evasion, I think Splatterthog is a better card just because it's 3/3 as opposed to like a 2/1, and it's got like first strike, which is excellent. Ooh, Guildmage color. I mean, this Guildmage doesn't do much usually, just because the price for what it does is too expensive. But then again, if we do get into like a late game, I might just like pull things in our favor. So just gonna pick that. It feels like time to start cutting things from our deck. Right, got a snipe. Do you do something in our deck? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, that's not enough in sorceries to actually play. So let's cancel or downsize. I think it's like downside. I can play with like multiple cancels, but it's fairly weak, I would say. Okay, so it's like start cutting some things. Right, so I don't want to play with like 2 Timid Crushers. Ring is fine, like you. Inspiration might actually get cut in favor of Thought Flare. Seal on your favor, I'm gonna keep those. Hoover Berry, I'm not sure about. There you go. Yeah, like what we got going on here. So Spoilers and Grasp is the only card that actually fits my deck at the moment. Right. Okay. So I'm gonna cut cancel in favor of the bow 2 in Undying Fire. Don't play with Hoover Barrier. With Dino Charge? Yeah, I think Dino Charge works well with the double splatter thug action we're going on here. So there might be a bit of a surprise if it runs into that. Right, so Inspiration, probably don't want to play that. So I've got 2 more cards. Yeah, I'm not sure if I impost, to be honest. The Crackler doesn't really do much either. Yeah, I might like play like this. So go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's tough goal though. I mean, actually play with a Civic Saber, but I played it with against decks which actually have them, but they do include the they're usually like aggressive like Rakdos decks. Do include like the Crackler, so this becomes like a like a 4-2, which is pretty sweet, I suppose. But then again, without the Saber, it doesn't really do much, and it would be a stretch to claim we play an aggressive deck, because I don't think that's yeah, then again, I mean, like cheap creatures and ooh, go gates, excellent. Sure, take the Stealer, but not play with it. Sure. Right, okay, so decision time. So I love the Chainwalker, I love the Weirds. Electromancer is okay, I suppose. As the Guild Mage, I mean, not the biggest fan of those cards. Spread Thugs and Undying Fire are definitely staying, as is Rune Wing and Storm Spirits. Buffalo Giant is okay, it's good, it's like a 5-4. Trample's nice, is definitely going to keep that. Thought Flare is good, Foiled Weird excellence. Yes, so I'm quite happy with all this stuff. So Dino Charge, I'm going to keep it, I mean it helps very well with the Splitter Thought, but nothing else actually, well, except the Blood Rage Giant, I suppose. Yeah, so Dino Charge will have to go for now, in favor of the Saber. So that's the experiment of the night. Mess about with the Saber, see what it gets us. So I might actually stick the Rakdos Clackler back in to work with the Saber and have like a slightly more creature heavy deck. Right, anything I don't like in this deck, or if I want to replace, no. Yeah, so this might actually be a sideboard card depending on what we play against. Yeah, I think that's it really. I mean, Dino Charge or the Saber. I'm still not totally sure yet what I'm gonna go for. But I think it's gonna play it like this for now, and we can just like change things later on and see what happens. So, add some lands. I don't want any black. Let's see, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 21 versus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 15. So we need more red and less blue. I mean, blue only becomes relevant later on in the game. Except for Syncope, I suppose. But I think 11 red and 8 blue is fine. So yep, so this is what I'm gonna play with. I'll see you guys first match.